there's one thing about Ohio State that sticks out like a sore thumb, and that's their schedule. I hate that, everybody's quick to go, yeah, but that point differential. Yeah, but boy, these stats. Yeah, but man, this or that. No, man, you ain't played nobody. Look, you're a good football team. Everybody understands that. You're one of the top football teams in the country year in, year out. Everybody understands that. But we need to have a conversation about what does it mean that they are not going to play a team with a winning record at this point in time. They're not going to play a team with a winning record until week 8. Is it week 8 or week 9, actually? What is this, week 8? So it's week 8. They're going to play a team with a winning record. That's got to mean something. I'm not saying it pushes them outside of the top 10. I'm saying it creates a lot of doubt in my mind as to who exactly Ohio State is.
Clint,
go ahead.
Yeah, what I'll say when I jump in on this, though, is that you're talking about Ohio State now. There's guys on that roster who played 3-4 years of football. That program's won against anybody for the past 15 years, right? So I don't think you can really take the strength of schedule necessarily this year into account. Like, yeah, that is what it is. But at the end of the day, Ohio State will come out and handle business, and they've proven that over 3 coaching staffs. And as long as we can remember, right? I think the last time they were not ranked in the top 25 was like in 2011 or something, or 2008, when they had a interim head coach between Tressel and Urban. So to me, like, the argument of strength of schedule, yeah, it is what it is, but they've been handling business this year with the strength of schedule. And again, it's not a program who's just emerged in that realm of talk or royalty in college football. Like, these guys have proven it, and there's guys on this roster that have been there for a while when they have played in those games too. So I see what you're saying, but I also think that it's a little bit of a different animal than most situations of somebody who's like, strength of schedule this, strength of schedule that. I think it's something that's ingrained in that program. They're ready to play no matter what.
Yeah. Look, you can't argue with the history, but I look at this thing from year to year, and if we're going to sit there and talk about, hey man, does an undefeated TCU do they get into college football playoffs? Hey man, them Pac-12 teams, if they run the table or if they do this, do they get in the playoffs? Then we got to look at strength of schedule, though. We can't sit there and look at the Big 12 and go, Big 12 sucks, relevant, man.
Though, for the past like 15 years?
That ain't got nothing to do with this year.
Have they been consistent, though?
No.
You can't tell me that consistency doesn't play a little bit of a factor in this.
Sure. Yeah, look, I'm not – it does. I'm not – that can play a factor, but we still got to be able to have a conversation about the strength of schedule and understand that, like, I'm going to be honest with you. I've purposely gone back and watched Ohio State ball games. And I'm not sure that when I've heard I've been beat over the head with, yeah, but the eye test. Really? The eye test at Ohio State is that convincing right now. You watch the Michigan State game, and I'm picking one where old boy threw 5 touchdowns and they actually look pretty good. The Michigan State game, the Notre Dame game, and you look at the Iowa game, and the eye test tells you, yeah, don't worry about the strength of schedule, man. Don't worry about that. That's a top 4 football team. I don't agree with that. I don't agree. I'm not as before. I just sat there and let it be like, oh, it's Ohio State, man. You must be right. Boy, them stats are big, man. You must be right. Yeah. I went back and watched 2 complete ball games within the last 48 hours, and I don't see it. I watched C.J. Stroud throw for 100 yards and 2 extra touchdowns at the end of that ball game after they were up 40-10. Y'all want to hit me? You want to hit me in the face with stats? Nah, man. I just, again, they're a top 4 football team, but I'm not as susceptible to, hey, man, watch the tape. They passed the eye test as I was a week ago.